So number 5 is where we get to do the interpretation of what our answer actually meant. So for both 3 and 4, we got the same answer. And again, I'm looking at 3 and 4 on the left side. We got 16, 900. Well, let's remember what that means, right? Our x value represented months, and then our y value represented money. And we said that Jordana, just to do a little sketch, I mean, you can look at number 3 above for the picture, right? But just a little sketch there. Remember, Jordana started off with less money. Jesus started off with more money. But eventually what happened is that Jordana passed her brother up, and now she has more money. So what did this point represent, right? This point right here. Well, so what it represented is that it took 16 months for her to catch up to her brother. So as far as 5, what would we write? We could say that it would take, or took, we can say past tense. It took Jordana 16 months to have the same amount, and that same amount that they both had at 16 months is $900, right? So it took them the same thing, $900, as Jesus. Right, so that's what that point represents. That point of intersection is the point when they have the same amount of money. They started off with different amounts. That point of intersection represents when they had the same amount. How long did it take? It took 16 months for both of them to save up $900. All right, so try to come up with a similar interpretation for number 5 there on the right. All right, so for number 5 on the right, the point of intersection was 7,900. So it would have been something very similar of saying, it would take Louis 7 months to have the same amount of money, which $900 also, as Cassandra. All right, so that wraps up the first 5. The first 5 all kind of had a little bit to do with each other, kind of built upon itself. And then the rest of the study guide here, the questions are separated out, so we're not going to be talking about Jesus and Jordana anymore here. All right, so let's move on to number 6.